Hi, I wanted to tell you about something that our fraternity was able to do recently, and that was spending a day of recollection with the novices at the Franciscan Interprovincial Novitiate in Burlington, Wisconsin. So this might be something that you'd consider doing with friars in your area. We just happen to have the opportunity to be close enough to the novices to be able to have a day with them. And originally, this started with we wanted to offer them a meal. We wanted to bring a dinner meal and have conversation over the meal and kind of get to know each other and kind of learn more about our Franciscan family. And what we ended up doing was having a whole day of recollection with them. So we started with morning prayer at 8 a.m. and then we had Eucharist at 8:30. After that we had breakfast together and had some time of just chatting, and some people got some tours of the building because it's a really interesting friary with a lot of different places, a lot of really nice things, places really to look at. The chapel is beautiful, and they have um, they have a machine that makes the ropes for the friars when they're wearing their habits. And so just lots of really interesting places to check out. Um, but then at 11 o'clock we had a reflection, and that reflection was offered by our fraternity, and it was about the historical background of the secular Franciscans, what exactly our relationship is with the First Order, what attracted all of us to the Franciscan charism, a little bit about the rule, and some historical figures who were Third Order Franciscans. And so that was kind of an introduction for them. Some of them had, of course, already had some experience with secular Franciscans, but this was to give them a little more detail, and also to emphasize that relationship with the First Order playing the role of spiritual assistant for a fraternity, to kind of emphasize that as something hopeful. We had a lunch meal, and then we had another break, and after that we had another presentation time. And in that time we focused on how we live out our baptismal call, and specifically we talked about some of the ministries that members of our fraternity participate in, so that they'd get a sense of, well, what are these secular Franciscans doing? Who are they? And what are their roles in our community? So we talked about some of the ministries to the homeless, and to those in poverty, those in prostitution, and some other things like that. And then we talked about our the call that we all have to continual conversion, and kind of wrapped up the discussion that way. But then we continued our conversations in smaller groups, and as people explored the friary and learned more about what the novices were doing. We had a common meditation time at 5 p.m. and solemn vespers at 5:30. And then at the end of the day we had our supper that we had provided. We came with pretty much just potluck. We had planned, who was going to bring what, and got together that way and brought a really nice meal, I think, and served the novices, and of course the novitiate team and some other friars who were visiting. But it was a fantastic day, and it was a time to learn more about who the friars were, but also to learn more about who we were. It was a chance for them to see what we do, and it was a chance for several of our members who are in the inquiry process to really get a sense of who we are through a much longer experience than just your average initial formation meeting. They had like a full immersion experience, and so I highly recommend finding a way to do something similar, to participate in a day of recollection, to gather with the friars in the area, and to be able to learn more about each other, and to help those in formation to learn more about who the secular Franciscans are. So have a great day. Thanks.